Hey guys, it's me, Jen, and I'm nothing if not intense. Spotlight, Las Vegas, and the huge cover-up that came afterward. I just wanted to let you know about this article from True Pundit. It was published yesterday, and one of my subs, Jay, brought it to my attention, and it's just a really interesting read, and for me, it's promising. Do I agree with everything in this article? I wouldn't say that, but this article speaks to me more than anything has in quite a while, just because of the research and things that I have done with all the scanner traffic and the conclusions that I have come to after listening to 6 different channels and hundreds of hours worth of scanner traffic and breaking some codes that they were using that night. So I think it's important for you to look at this article. Basically, it's saying the official narrative, you've been fed by the FBI and Las Vegas officials, purely fiction. But most of us know that. It's just been one lie after another. It's a movie script that was written after the shooting to rewrite what really happened. The investigation is an entirely different story that we're not allowed to talk about. If we do and get caught, we could get fired and probably charged criminally. So it's been huge. Why the cover-up? I still have questions about that. I really do. The FBI maintains, obviously, that Stephen Paddock was the reported lone gunman. Was a mystery man, and his motive for killing all these people still hasn't been pinpointed. Those assertions are simply untrue. FBI officials confirm lies. And in the coming weeks, True Pundit says that they will detail various parts of the investigation into the shooting and paint a more detailed portrait of the events leading up to the shooting and Paddock's accomplices and associates. Some revelations include forensic evidence of multiple gunmen, names of persons of interest the agents were instructed not to interview. They couldn't pursue certain people. They uncovered evidence showing that Paddock was anti-Trump. Now that, I don't know if I agree with that, but I guess I have no basis on that other than the interview with the a neighbor of Stephen Paddock's who did not feel that he was anti-Trump at all. So obviously people can be leading double lives and tell their neighbor one thing but feel another way. So I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit of a throwaway for me right now. And that he had an affiliation with Antifa, which piques my interest because through listening to the scanner traffic, I feel some Antifa connection there. I really do. And every time I said I was leaning towards Antifa, I don't know why it sounds like I'm saying I'm weaning, but I am leaning with an L towards Antifa, some Antifa involvement. Again, I don't think these little jack-offs could have pulled this off by themselves. FBI was given evidence that the shooting was possibly linked to Antifa radicals working with an ISIS-linked terror faction. Totally, I can be on board with that because in my mind, through my research, that there had to be some other entity or faction along with these little Antifa pricks, including some full identities of some of the suspects with ties to both radical groups that were at or near Mandalay Bay the night of the shooting, but FBI agents were never instructed to follow up. They had external evidence that Paddock was only one member of an organized terror cell, which included as many as 5 gunmen who planned to fire from Mandalay Bay suite, never pursued. FBI was provided with forensic evidence that Paddock's death was not a suicide. The intelligence was never pursued by the FBI and LVMPD. I should preface that when FBI brass was provided with these things. And I've found some traffic that really concretes that no, that was not a suicide. It was not a suicide. Now, this next little bullet point really intrigues me. When an ISIS-linked quote-unquote businessman from Turkey was pinpointed in the investigation and found to be residing near Las Vegas at the time of the shooting, FBI agents were not instructed to follow up and pursue intelligence leads showing possible links to the massacre. Could this have been, or could Radio Shop guy, who apparently spoke Turkish, could that have been an associate of this guy, or could Radio Shop guy have been this guy? I'm not sure, but that jumped out at me. MGM still hasn't released all the CCTV footage from Mandalay Bay from that night. Even the FBI still has not been provided all the camera footage from Mandalay Bay. What does that tell you? They are hiding this. They are hiding something pretty bad. They do not want anybody to see that footage. Certain parts of it, I'm sure. I don't know how I feel about this buying dozens of guns after Trump's election. I just don't know about that. Apparently the $100,000 that ABC News reported that Paddock wired to the Philippines shortly before the shooting, FBI agents followed up and confirmed that that report was not true. However, instead of disputing it, FBI bosses just embraced it, said it would help build the narrative that they were constructing about Paddock, and so they just went with it. So this is the state of what we're dealing with here in this investigation. No wonder everybody's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, because this shit is just out of control. True Pundit has named the investigative series Fear and Lying in Las Vegas, and I certainly have no doubt that it will live up to its name. So at every turn, the FBI lied to the American public, and at every turn, the LVMPD echoed those lies and then added some of their own falsehoods about every aspect of the shooting and the investigation. I'm totally on board with those statements. There is a huge, huge debt that the FBI and the LVMPD owe to the truth. And one way or another, that debt will get paid. And hopefully it gets paid back soon. Another thing that I keep forgetting to share with you is, I know I always talk about the scanner traffic, and I want to pull up a little map that will just give you an idea of the different channels and things. So when I say Enterprise or North Las Vegas, you'll kind of have an idea of where they are in relationship to like the Mandalay Bay and the whole little Las Vegas community there. Okay, it's going to take me a sec to pull up the image that I want to get for you. One moment, please. Okay, here is the Area Command Sector B map, and I will link this also. This should just give you an idea of, here's Convention Center, and right here's the Mandalay Bay. So it was on Convention Center, but it was being broadcast on all area command also. Down here is your little key. I think the EAC is Enterprise, so I listen to a lot of Enterprise, which is to the west of, they do a lot to the west. But that night, all bets were off. Everybody was everywhere. Henderson, here's Henderson. They had a lot of officers there. North Las Vegas had a lot of officers there. We listened to their traffic. This is the Northeast Command Center. This is the Northwest. And if you didn't know, there is Aaron Rouse's field office is right here on Lake Mead Boulevard. That is an FBI office right in there. Warm Springs, I believe they had some officers there also. Nevada Highway Patrol, which is not listed on here. I did not realize how heavily involved they were in actual strike teams and things like that. Obviously, I knew that they were involved in like shutting down I-15 and those types of things, but I did not realize that they were part of strike teams also. But I have listened to, and like the fire department is not listed on here, so LVMPD, which I'm going to say is all area command, Enterprise, Henderson, North Las Vegas, and Nevada Highway Patrol Southern. So this hopefully gives you a little bit better idea of all the different sectors and things like that. It can be a little bit confusing, but that should give you an idea, and I did want to share that with you, so I will link that for you. But oh my gosh, I got to get in the shower. I'm going to be late for work. But please look at that article from True Pundit. To me, it really spoke to me. Obviously, like I said, from the conclusions that I've been drawing through all my research. So finally, I was like, somebody, I think that I am moving in the right direction. However awful that direction may be, it's still moving towards the truth and moving towards getting these people that owe the huge debt to the truth to start paying on it. So everybody have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much, and thanks for all your support. My Patreons, and I do have a few. I'm so excited. I really appreciate it. All my subscribers, all the commenters, all the viewers, thank you so much.